Have you ever been typing a message on your phone and it tries to finish your sentence? Like, you start typing, "I'm going to the," and it suggests store, beach, or the gym. That's autocomplete. Now, imagine if your phone could finish your entire text, write a poem, summarize an article, explain quantum physics, or even have a conversation with you. That's what a large language model, or LLM, does. So what exactly is a large language model? Let's break it down in the simplest way possible. A language model is basically a tool that looks at words you've typed and tries to guess what comes next. It's like a supercharged version of autocomplete. But instead of just finishing your sentence, it can finish your paragraph, your email, or even help you write a screenplay. The large part? That means it's been trained on tons of text. Like, unbelievable amounts, books, websites, news articles, Reddit threads, Wikipedia, even song lyrics. It's read more words than any human could in a lifetime. But it doesn't understand language the way you and I do. It doesn't know anything. It's not thinking. It's just predicting what comes next, one word at a time. Let's say you type, "Roses are red, violets are." The model doesn't understand flowers or poetry. But it's seen that phrase so many times that it knows blue usually comes next. It's like playing a giant game of fill in the blank, powered by probability. It sees the words you give it and thinks, okay, based on everything I've seen before, what's the most likely next word? Then it picks one, and it repeats the process again and again, word by word, until it completes your sentence, or story, or essay. Now you might be thinking, that sounds kind of simple. Just guessing words, yes and no, because to guess well, it has to consider not just the last word you typed, but the whole sentence. Sometimes, the whole conversation. Sometimes, thousands of words back. It's like if someone told you a story, paused halfway through, and asked you to finish it. You'd have to think about the characters, the setting, what's already happened, and what makes sense to happen next. That's what large language models try to do. But instead of thinking, they're just using patterns. Massive, deep, complex patterns in how humans use words. Imagine you read 10,000 mystery novels. Eventually, you'd start to notice things. The butler is always suspicious. The second to last chapter is where the twist happens. You might not understand murder mysteries at a deep level, but you'd get pretty good at guessing how they unfold. That's what LLMs do. They read everything, and then get really good at mimicking human writing. But remember, it's not magic. It's not a brain, it's not thinking. It's not aware of what it's saying. It's just playing a really fast, really advanced version of guess the next word. And here's where things get tricky. Because when it does a good job, when it writes something funny, helpful, or profound, it feels like it understands, but it doesn't. It's just using stats and patterns to stitch together words in a way that seems smart. Let's try a metaphor. Imagine you trained a parrot to repeat full sentences it overheard from millions of conversations. Eventually, that parrot could carry on what looks like a real conversation with you. But it doesn't know what it's saying. It doesn't understand your feelings. It's just echoing patterns it picked up from others. Now imagine that parrot was on rocket fuel, had a perfect memory, and access to the internet. That's your LLM. So why is it useful? Because even without understanding, LLMs can be incredibly helpful. They can help you write emails, summarize long reports, translate languages, brainstorm ideas, answer questions, mostly correctly, and sound natural while doing it. And that's because the patterns of human language are surprisingly consistent. When we speak or write, we follow invisible rules about grammar, tone, meaning, structure, and LLMs are trained to spot those patterns better than most humans can describe them. They don't understand why "the cat sat on the mat" sounds better than "sat mat the cat on," but they know which one is more common and more likely to be right. A large language model is a giant word guessing machine. It's like autocomplete, but with a PhD in everything. It doesn't think. It doesn't know things. But it's read so much human language that it can do a shockingly good job of sounding smart. And that's what makes it powerful, and a little bit weird. Because when a machine can mimic our words, it can also mimic our thoughts. And that raises all sorts of exciting and important questions. But that's a topic for another day. If you like this explanation, hit that like button, subscribe for more tech in plain English, and let me know in the comments, what's the most surprising thing an AI ever wrote to you? Thanks for watching.